Hello dear students of class 4 and welcome to yet another online class of general knowledge. Dear children, today we are going to do the 9th lesson from your GK book, and that would be spacecrafts to other planets. Spacecraft to other planets. Dear children, ever since we discovered that we are not the only planet in the universe, in fact in our solar system only there are 8 planets along with sun, humans have been trying hard and fast to reach other planets. Some satellites like moon, Mars, right? Moon we have landed upon. Mars we were able to send satellites and probes, and same thing we did to many other planets. We were able to send artificial remote controlled satellites, and also we were able to send probes which reached there and gave us a detailed analysis of the place. Now dear children, this has led to space race in which almost every country of the world, every well developed country of the world is participating. Like in India, we have Indian Space Research Organization, or ISRO, ISRO. ISRO is responsible for all the space exploration, sending up satellites and probes to other planets. So today in this chapter, dear children, we will be talking about some of the very famous satellites and probes which have reached other planets. So let's begin with number 1. We'll do it in the style of name the following. The only spacecraft which has flown over Neptune and Uranus. The only spacecraft, dear children, which has flown over Neptune as well as Uranus. You can say it was not spacecraft, it was kind of a artificial satellite, and that's the answer is Voyager 2. Voyager. Voyager 2. Once again I am telling you the answer. Voyager. Voyager 2. Then comes the second one. The first solar powered spacecraft. The first solar powered spacecraft that continues to orbit Jupiter. Okay, the first solar powered spacecraft which continues to orbit Jupiter even today, and your answer is Juno. 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 All right, the first solar powered spacecraft that continues to orbit Jupiter. See, normally spacecrafts are fitted with batteries. The satellites are fitted with batteries. When the battery dies out, the spacecraft becomes redundant. But there are some of the artificial satellites or spacecraft which are powered by solar energy. And since they are powered by solar energy, their battery never dies out. Same is the case with this particular spacecraft. It still continues to orbit Jupiter. And your answer is Juno. Okay, the answer is Juno. Next, third one. Now children, for the third one, I'll be rubbing the board. So once again, I'll read out this both the questions to you and repeat the answers. The only spacecraft which has flown over Neptune and Uranus. And your answer is Voyager 2. And Your second question being the first solar powered spacecraft that continues to orbit Jupiter. Your answer is Juno. 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 So let's move on with the third question. Let's move on with the third question. India's first spacecraft. India's first spacecraft to reach Mars orbit. To reach Mars orbit in first attempt. See, this was India's first mission to Mars. And in very first attempt only, India was able to enter the Mars orbit successfully. In fact, there is a whole movie on it. You must have seen it many times. So I think you know the answer also. The answer is Mangalyaan. 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 Now, moving on with the fourth one. The first spacecraft of Soviet Union. The spacecraft of Soviet Union was first human-made craft. To reach Venus. In 1966. The spacecraft of Soviet Union was the first human-made meaning artificial spacecraft to reach Venus in 1966. And your answer is Venera. VENERA. Venera 3. Your answer is Venera 3. VENERA. Venera 3. So this ends your fourth question for this. India's first spacecraft to reach Mars orbit in first attempt. It was Mangalyaan. 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 And fourth one, the spacecraft of Soviet Union was first human-made craft to reach Venus in 1966. And your answer is Venera 3. VENERA. Venera 3. Okay. Okay, dear children. Okay, so let's continue with quiz time. Let us continue with quiz time. And your quiz time is the headquarters. Number 1. The headquarters of the Indian Space Research Organization. ISRO. ISRO is in okay, the headquarters of Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. Where it is? It is in Bengaluru. 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 U Bengaluru. And now the second one, the headquarters of NASA. The headquarters of NASA, NASA, NASA. The headquarters of NASA is in, the headquarters of NASA is in, and you have guessed it correct, it is in Washington DC. Washington. Washington, Washington DC. Washington DC. So you see, the headquarters of Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, it is in Bengaluru, Bengaluru, Bengaluru. And the headquarters of NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Association, it is in Washington DC, Washington, Washington DC. So dear children, this ends all the 6 questions for your chapter 9. I want you to go through this video and write all the questions and answers in your GK notebook. Remember, those who feel like board is not clear or they are not able to see, please refer to my voice. Please refer to my voice. I have read, I have dictated everything. I have dictated the spellings of answer. So accordingly, you can listen to my voice and write it down. It should not be a big trouble. After all, you all are in class 4 and very soon we will have your weekly tests. All right, so prepare for that also. Thank you very much, children. Stay safe, stay good, and most importantly, just because it's unlock time, do not get careless. Take proper care and precaution. Be well.